In his later years, Merezhkovsky became increasingly preoccupied with religious and mystical themes, and he joined the Russian Orthodox Church in 1939. He died in Paris in 1941, just as World War II was beginning to unfold. Despite the controversies and debates surrounding his legacy, Dmitry Merezhkovsky remains a significant figure in the history of Russian literature and culture. His works continue to be studied and appreciated by scholars and readers around the world for their boldness, creativity, and thought-provoking insights into the human condition. Merezhkovsky's literary output was remarkable, encompassing poetry, fiction, drama, literary criticism, and historical studies. He was known for his innovative use of language and his experimentation with different genres and forms. His works were often characterized by their complex symbolism, vivid imagery, and philosophical depth. In addition to his literary achievements, Merezhkovsky was also a noted public intellectual and political commentator. He was a vocal critic of the Tsarist regime in Russia and advocated for political reform and social justice. However, he also expressed deep reservations about the Marxist ideology that came to dominate the Russian Revolution, and he became an outspoken opponent of the Bolsheviks and their policies. After leaving Russia, Merezhkovsky continued to write and publish in exile. His later works reflected his growing interest in religion and spirituality, as well as his continuing engagement with literary and cultural themes. He remained an active participant in the Russian émigré community in Paris and maintained close relationships with other writers and intellectuals, including Andrei Bely, Ivan Bunin, and Marina Tsvetaeva. Today, Dmitry Merezhkovsky is remembered as a towering figure in the history of Russian literature and culture. His works continue to inspire and challenge readers with their boldness, creativity, and intellectual rigor. While his legacy remains a subject of debate and discussion, there is no doubt that Merezhkovsky's contributions to literature and thought have left an indelible mark on the cultural landscape of his time and beyond. Merezhkovsky's legacy was not without controversy. Some of his works were criticized for their elitism and their tendency towards mystical and irrational ideas. His later turn towards religion was also viewed with suspicion by some critics who saw it as a retreat from the intellectual rigor and social engagement of his earlier works. Despite these criticisms, Merezhkovsky's influence on Russian literature and culture was profound. He was a leading figure in the symbolist movement and played a key role in shaping its aesthetics and ideology. He was also a major influence on other writers and artists of his time, and his ideas and style continue to inspire contemporary writers and intellectuals. In addition to his literary achievements, Merezhkovsky was also a prominent public figure and commentator. His political views and social commentary were widely read and debated in Russia and abroad, and he was known for his sharp wit and incisive analysis of contemporary issues. Today, Merezhkovsky is recognized as one of the most important writers and thinkers of his time. His works continue to be studied and appreciated by scholars and readers around the world, and his influence can be seen in the work of many contemporary writers and thinkers. While his legacy remains complex and contested, there is no doubt that Dmitry Merezhkovsky made a significant and enduring contribution to the cultural and intellectual life of Russia and beyond. Merezhkovsky's life and work were deeply shaped by the tumultuous historical events of his time. He lived through some of the most dramatic and transformative periods of Russian history, including the collapse of the Tsarist regime, the Russian Revolution, and the rise of Soviet power. He lived through some of the most dramatic and transformative periods of Russian history, including the collapse of the Tsarist regime, the Russian Revolution, and the rise of Soviet power.